Man, I think, hey, you almost like the new dope game, man. Selling dreams. I ain't got nothing for sale. So people won't expose it by
Yeah.
trying to, use the microwave technique, trying to get there fast. Hey, it's a slow cooking process. It ain't no quick way to the top. You gonna use basketball, or basketball gonna use you. And I was depressed. I started gaining a lot of weight. And went through the psychological part. I think that parents, we apply too much pressure. We try to relive through our kids. I seen some that get number one eighth grade in the state of Mississippi. Like, they stop working. They live off of the internet now. You know what I'm saying? So like, but I can tell you, like, if you trust me and you buy in, your kid going to college.
Before we get into today's episode, we got something big we're gonna share with y'all.
What we talking about, please?
We are hosting as far as I know, the first Mississippi Black Creators Podcast Summit, and it's gonna be on July 18th in Oxford, Mississippi. We're gonna bring everybody together. We want all the podcasters, all the content creators, and the entrepreneurs from across the state to pull up on us and enjoy a good time.
Good time. Good time.
And if you've been wanting to grow your platform, learn how to monetize, or just connect with other creators in real life, this is for you. Now, official tickets will go on sale May 1st for everybody. That's general admission and regular VIP tickets. All right, so don't miss your chance to be a part of this amazing event. Now, let's get to this episode of Hoops and Headspace. Welcome to Hoops and Headspace, the podcast where mental health and sports intersect. I'm your host, Jada Rich.
I'm your co-host, Tay.
And we got a guest with us. So off top, man, I'm gonna give y'all just a baby background, and then I'm gonna let Duke take over. He is a AAU coach, and so he's gonna give us a different background and a different dynamic there, and hopefully that answers some questions for y'all too. So Duke, we want you to take a moment and talk your talk. Let everybody know who you are, what you do, and what you bring to this podcast, man.
I bet. Man, I'm Coach Duke. Man, I'm from a small town, Calhoun City. I played ball for a long time there. I blew my knee out, you know what I'm saying? Couldn't get to the next level like I thought I was. I didn't take my grades serious, you know what I'm saying? So college, hey, that was over with. So hey, I had to refocus and revamp everything. So I started my nonprofit and got my education stuff together, got all that done. And man, they just kind of bring me to where I'm at now, like, helping young men and young women take their grades serious and getting to the next level.
For sure. I like that. Yeah. And so what was your mission behind the Mississippi Rising Stars when you started that? What was your thoughts with that?
Man, so like I was saying earlier, man, like, so I didn't take my grades serious, man. I was just an athlete. Like, I could just ball. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, as long as you could ball at a small school, hey, you straight. Like, just go hoop, you straight. So man, teachers, they just kind of helped me out, whatever. I was smart, but I didn't apply myself. So, after I got to college and again, I messed my knee up for the second time, like, basketball was over with. So now, like, what you got? Like, you know what I'm saying? So nothing. Like, the coach was like, hey, bro, we don't need you. We on to the next. And I didn't understand the business side of basketball. Oh, so after that, it was just like, hey, you got to go to class. Well, you ain't got no scholarships. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let's go because I went to a private school. Oh, so that was over with. So I had to transfer back to Northwest and depend on a pair of grants and loans, you know what I'm saying? And got caught up in it. So man, my goal was, not to let other kids uh, experience that hurt like I did. You know what I'm saying? So like, get your grades, like, that's a priority. Handle your business. Like, basketball cool, but it ain't everything. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's kind of how everything kind of went for me.
For sure.
That's music to your ears, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And so what pulled you more towards AAU though?
Man, I never even really wanted an AAU team, man. Like, so I tried to partner with a couple of people. Like, I just wanted to focus on the grade side, and like, that's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to do the AAU stuff. So like, man, so what pushed me to it was, visions never aligned. They never matched. Like, a lot of coaches, around, they weren't interested in grades and stuff like that. So my goal was, so I had a couple of buddies. They was like, man, just do your own thing, bro. So I'm like, man, I don't want to do that. So eventually, Vince or whatever, we get to here, like, and that's where he ended up going to. I had to start my own.
Okay. So you just said that you didn't feel like AAU was it at first. So where did you feel like you were supposed to be there?
Man, so like, so it gets back to my education. Like, I was in education, like this is my background, and I just wanted to like teach, and I was still hurt behind basketball. You know what I'm saying? Because it's my philosophy now is kind of like either you gonna use basketball or basketball gonna use you. So so that's kind of how where I'm at. And I was hurt. You know what I'm saying? So like even like when I missed my knee or whatever, like I started gaining a lot of weight because I couldn't play no more, and I was depressed. And you know what I'm saying? Went through the psychological part, and man, so like that's just kind of how it evolved for me. Like that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. What you do to your knee?
I tore my ACL
Uh, Right or
trying to
left?
dunk on somebody. Left.
Yeah. And left knees ain't no good. Trying to tell you, no good. This been a rough day for me going through all this back over again. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get emotional talking about this stuff, man.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And so, just in your opinion, dude, who do you think benefits from AAU, and who do you think it kind of fails?
I I think the beneficial side is gonna be for your more aggressive kids, like the dogs. Like I think it benefits them because they stand out on the court. And I think the ones that get hurt behind it is your good kids, like that do everything right, you know what I'm saying, and they play team ball. I think they get hurt. That's my opinion. That's what I think.
And so, just elaborate on that more. Like, why do you think those fundamental good team players don't benefit, or the AAU system fails them?
I think because they do everything right, and a fundamental basketball player, they don't really stand out. You know what I'm saying? If a coach is watching one game, that fundamental player, he don't stand out or she don't stand out like that. It's that dog. They got the grit and the grind to go take something. I think those kids the ones that really stand out. That's just my opinion though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
them poopers, as you like to
Yeah,
say.
yeah, the bucket getters. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, and so if that's the case, dude, if we saying that AAU benefits those dogs, those bucket getters, what age do you think AAU is actually helpful then?
Man, so my philosophy is I think they ought to start getting started about 4th, 5th grade. I think they need to be started because man, like I think my personal opinion, North Mississippi on the rise. So like, hey, so 7th grade, you kind of done waited too late. Like you behind the 8 ball. And then in North Mississippi, like everybody trying to play multiple sports. So you ain't really, you know what I'm saying, creating no skills and nothing. So I think 4th, 5th grade. That's just me.
Yeah, yeah,
Why you think fourth, fifth grade? Like,
I, I think because I think you can see, you know what I'm saying, more
y-
early. I think,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, you can see what kid can do what at an earlier age. Like, so like with us, like everybody don't get taught everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't teach all my kids crossovers and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I find out what you good at and we kind of, you know what I'm saying, we kind of push you that direction.
okay, for sure.
So how do you personally define development for young athletes? Because you know what I'm saying, what's your actual philosophy on that?
So first off, what we do is like we got a test. Like we do we find out how do kids learn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some kids already, you know what I'm saying, they some can hear,
Auditory,
some can do
kinesthetic.
yeah. Yeah. So that's what we do. We run that test and you know what I'm saying, we see so that way we know how to communicate with you. You know what I'm saying? So before we do anything, we want to be able to communicate. You know what I'm saying? So like even with my coaches, I do the same thing with them. So like I got one coach, like we call him drill sergeant. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rome. But he's aggressive, like he's super aggressive, you know what I'm saying? So a kid that's not so aggressive is no use to me putting him with them because it's gonna be a shutdown. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we start kind of like that.
I like
I
that
like that too. You getting to know coaches and players,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I
Mhm.
like that a lot.
because, like he said, and we say, and just people in athletics in general, you have to have that right dynamic, that right coaches player dynamic,
Yeah.
in order
Yeah.
for everything to work. Uh,
Hmm.
that even that even trickles down to the parents. You know what I'm saying? For y'all to have that whole dynamic. So
Hmm.
it's almost like college style where they not necessarily that they pick, but in the background they do because when y'all pick for them, you match them with the right one. But I
Right,
like
right,
that because it's intentional. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, commend you for that, man. That's dope.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yes, sir.
So now let me ask you this, and again, it's your opinion. Is exposure being prioritized over skill and fundamental then? Because we was talking about that dog.
I think so. I think exposure is definitely, you know what I'm saying, over there, skills and development. I think so. Everybody
Yeah,
trying to, you know what I'm saying, use the microwave technique, trying to get there fast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but basketball, football, whatever sport, hey, it's a slow cooking process. Like, it's a long, hard, drawn out process. It ain't no quick way to the top. It ain't.
yeah. S- That slow grind.
Yep. You got to.
Yeah. And so, what mental or emotional changes do you notice in kids once they enter the circuit?
Man, so me and my homeboys and coaches, we were talking about this the other day. So I think a lot of it is when they going home, they ain't gritting and grinding for nothing, like everything handed. I think when the uncomfortable part comes and you gotta work and it's out your comfort zone, like I think that's where it kind of, you know what I'm saying, the gap starts creating. That's my opinion though. That's what I think.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I think that and it's a false sense of entitlement.
Yep, yep,
And
yep.
so when you have to go outside of that one little parameter, now you're struggling. And that's the thing that they don't get. And this ain't on here, but a follow-up question to that I got. How do we bridge that gap of understanding though? Because at the end of the day, when you look at them as a child, don't you want that for the kid? That they don't want for anything. You know what I'm saying? They got the good life. The parents got the good job. But at the same time, separating that that's something they built, that's not yours. You know what I mean?
Right. So that's what we do. Like, oh, so like even with our scheduling, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's even worse here in Oxford, man. So like these kids, man, they don't have to worry about nothing in Oxford. But like so when we schedule, like we'll schedule like Baton Rouge, like we in the wars down there, like we down there. And it's a culture shock. And they like, you know what I'm saying? What's this? Like, you know, but that's what I want them to see. Like, y'all really got it good, man. And y'all ain't got no worries. Like, all y'all gotta do is focus on sport. So like that's what I try to do, you know what I'm saying? Just to try to get them a real life, you know, like even if we just slide over to the Delta, man, like it's a different lifestyle over there. You know, a lot of people don't know that, but it's really different over there. So that's what I try to do, just real life experience.
And so, and then this is a question I want both of y'all to answer because this kind of just came in my head. Do y'all feel like the kids from nothing that always no struggle got the better chance athletically because of their hunger? Or do you think a kid that even though everything is handed to them as a child to their family members, but they also have access to all the tools to kind of set them ahead, that nepotism type thing? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Talking about for life or just like basketball?
Athletically.
I'm always go with the kid that ain't, come from nothing.
Wow.
Just cause like you said, their hunger and they come from that, like that struggle. He know what it's like not to have nothing. So like it's gonna push. I feel like that motivates them more to strive to get out more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what about you, dude?
I agree 100%. Yeah, hey, this ain't politically correct. You know what I'm saying? Don't judge me. Hey, but when I'm
Yeah,
recruiting, man, I'm looking for them kids, them regular shoes on, man. Like,
you hear me?
them kids, I don't want them out the mud. I want them kids. I can get you some new shoes. You know what I'm saying? The ones that might not have nothing to eat that night. Them the kids I like, man, because they going to go hard and they going to run through a wall for you. I love them type of kids. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? So,
I feel like they more mentally tough. So, like when it comes to a
yeah, for
tough
sure.
situation, especially in a game, they better mentally. Like you said, the ones that come from
I
that, they
agree.
ain't never been in that uncomfortable situation. Hey, it gets spooky now. It gets
For sure.
spooky.
For sure. I agree with
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Now, like I said, yeah. Now, for me personally, yeah, give me that. But on the other side, though, Sometimes you'll catch a gym like that where you have them kids
Oh,
that
for sure.
are,
So
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I like them too. But it's a
for
different
sure.
type of dog, I guess. It's still a dog, just different type. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was just wondering what y'all thought about that. But
Yeah.
um, so how do like the constant comparisons, the rankings, the offers, the social media impact the players? Because that happens a lot more with AAU. Because again, you got that hype, them dogs, them scores. You know what I mean?
Man, I think there's a false sense of success. That's me. Because like, hey, like North Mississippi basketball is different from Arkansas, Memphis, you know what I'm saying, Alabama, Atlanta. It's different. Just because you're good in North Mississippi, that don't mean it's gonna translate, you know what I'm saying? That's me. And I see a lot of the rankings of kids caught up on it and they stop working as hard. And then I see some kids that don't get in the rankings and they start working hard. So it's an equal balance, but I try not to get caught up in that. I try not to let my kids get caught up in that either.
Yeah. So, and just to even deepen that, like, have you ever dealt with any players that you saw it affect them in a certain way mentally?
Yeah, on both ends, on both ends. Like I seen some that get number one A grade in the state of Mississippi, you know what I'm saying, or number two or top five, whatever the case may be. And they don't work. Like they stop working. They feel like, hey, I could tell you when I'm coming to practice or when I'm not coming to practice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they got a system, like they important, they entitled, you know what I'm saying? But then on the flip side, I got kids that probably ain't in the top 500 and they come in and they working their butt off. So yeah.
And have you like noticed anything like mentally? I mean, because that's, that's physical, that's the grind of it. But like, have you seen it affect
hmm
them mentally in a way?
I think a lot of kids, they start tucking their tail off that. You know what I'm saying? They live off of the internet now. You know what I'm saying? So like we didn't have that growing up as much like as they did. But I think they live off of that. And I think it do, you know what I'm saying, it do hurt. And they start, you know what I'm saying, just laying down mentally like I can't do this or this ain't for me because it's not easy and comfortable.
Yeah.
I feel like the difference with our how we was raising kids now, like we were raised to survive. You know what I'm saying? And now so much, they feel like they entitled to everything. You can't say nothing to them. Like we can take
hmm
criticism, and I feel like that. I feel like I feel like they're better skill wise than us, but like mentally tough. Like
For
nah,
sure.
they not. They not messing with us. Oh yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. And like you said, it's that sense of entitlement. And that's why I also said, I guess it's almost me trying to work on changing my lens when they go back to looking for that different type of dog because in this era, that's what's kind of coming as a predominant thing. Was the struggle dog it? Yeah. But now, if you can find that kid that at least got a couple traits of a struggle dog, you know, in there, there's that's dog enough in this era. Because I'm sure we also got in common when you look at like a lot of the players now, like you said, they ain't like us. So at least if you find a little bit of that, that'll do. You know what I mean? Look at Ethan. I hope he in a yes, he's in the camera frame.
he all in the frame, dog. He just damn. Look at over there. The man all in the frame. You gonna make another appearance?
But yeah, I guess like I said, that's me changing that lens a little bit, trying to find and evolve and find what the new dog is.
Yeah. I guess I change after this summer. Like
Yeah.
like I'll change after this summer. I guess.
So dude, we talk about athlete burnout a lot. Have you seen burnout happen with some of your athletes? And what does that look like? You know what I'm saying, for them?
Man, so yeah, I see burnout all the time. Like my my more elite guards, like my leaders, like I put a lot of weight on them. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of them, they just simply not ready for that. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of burn out. They kind of tired at the end of the season. They want to just go be a kid and go have fun. You know, so yeah, I see that burnout all the time. But man, our approach is like, this what you want. Like, hey, this what like. We don't. If you're in the seventh grade, we not teaching seventh grade basketball. We preparing you 2 grades up. We preparing you for ninth grade. So that's kind of how we do. And we see a lot of burnout. Like, but it's a mental thing. We try to, saying mentor and teach like it's just fight through the mental part. And we also teach like basketball like 90% mental, like 10% physical, but it's 90% mental, and it's hard. So that's what we try to teach. But yeah, we see the burnout a lot, a lot.
Yeah.
Can you give me some like some signs of like that you notice like when you're like, hey, they kind of burning out? Like what do you see? Excuse me.
Yes. Man, I'm gonna start out light and I just kind of pick up like, man, like when we start out, man, you got kids, they calling you, they practice at 1 o'clock, they calling you at 8 o'clock. Like, coach, please come get me. And then it might transition to 1:15, hey, coach, I ain't got no ride. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Just simple stuff for us. You know what I'm saying? That's what we try to identify those kind of things. Even to grades, like it transfer over into the classroom. Like they getting tired. When summertime get here, they start burning out. Like they want to get lazy in the classroom, just being kids, doing goofy stuff. But yeah, it's this kind of stuff we look for, just starting out there, and it just kind of evolves to bigger stuff.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
you good. You good.
Um, and how do parents sometimes unintentionally add pressure or add on to their mental load?
Man, I think that's the worst pressure, man. Like, and I'm gonna talk about me on that one. You know what I'm saying? Because like I put a lot of pressure on my son, because I was a decent athlete. You know what I'm saying? So I put a lot of pressure on him. I think that parents we apply too much pressure, and sometimes us parents, we try to relive through our kids. You know what I'm saying? Guilty, not guilty. Whatever the case may be. Like, it just comes with territory. So I think the parents are the worst. Trying to push their kids to be so much so fast. Like you got fifth grade kids talking about going pro, like pro. We barely doing crossovers. You know what I'm saying? You talking about going to the league already. But I think parents, you know what I'm saying, the worst ones are that.
And then, so, let me ask you this, and you can answer as personally as you want to. Like in my mind, I feel like I would think if I had a kid and I was decent in basketball, like you gotta be like, and it's almost personal, like you know what I'm saying? Because how can I walk around with the accolades I got, and here you are? You know what I'm saying? So how do you like keep yourself kind of checked on that, grounded on that, like
Hey, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I struggle with that early on. I really struggle with it because I'm like, hey, bro, you got my DNA, you got my pedigree. Like you supposed to be like that. But man, like my son, he carefree. He ain't got a care in the world. He ain't want for nothing. Like, so I had to understand that he gonna develop a lot slower. You know what I'm saying to me. But on the flip side of that, he a lot better skill wise than I was. You know what I'm saying. So I just have to let him. I had to let him create his own path and let him figure it out on his own. I'm here to guide you if you need me. But for the most part, hey, you do what you do. But our first and main priority is gonna be education anyway. So like, I love basketball and it means a lot to me, but probably not so much to him. You know what I'm saying? So I let him drive it, but education is non-negotiable for me.
yeah.
Is it hard balancing it, coach, parent for you?
For me, it is, bro. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. For me, cause bro, man. Last year, AAU, man. Hey, if we go to like Baton Rouge or Alabama, wherever we went to, bro, my son did perform the whole ride home, bro. Like, hey, you got to deal with me the whole ride home. But now, man, like this year, he did his first seventh grade school ball season, and it's like, hey, bro, go play basketball. I'm just daddy. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I had to quit coaching my son. Like I don't coach him no more. Like I had to turn him loose and let somebody else get him. Just so I can be daddy. I'd rather have a daddy son relationship than, you know what I'm saying, coach. But I do make him train, you know what I'm saying, up with the, the kids that I coach, and I make him work, he don't get treated no special different or nothing like that. But yeah, I wanted daddy more than I wanted to be his coach.
Push on.
So what made you decide that? Like, at what point was you like, yeah, I need to step back. I don't need to be his coach. I want to be just dad. Like, what moment was that for you?
I think, just I'm being 100% transparent. I think when I started trying to gauge him to other kids and compare him to other kids on where their development was and where he was, I think that moment was like, hey, bro, you doing too much. You doing way too much. Like you got to fall back. I'm just gonna let him be a kid and whatever basketball do for you, it do for you. Like so, I go transition from instead of just trying to be great in basketball, let's just have fun with it, and hopefully it'll help pay for college, and that's what we're gonna do with it. Wherever it go, it go, and all the pressure off. That's what I had to transition to.
Okay.
So when this episode come out, everybody need to tune in, especially on that what he just said. When you realize you're doing too much and you the coach, step back. So I commend you there for do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As a parent too, like you like you said, you rather have that father-son relationship, and that's big. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And has that helped him do? Like, have you seen an improvement in him, especially mentally, since you've made that
Yes.
switch?
So I think so. I think he really took off. Like with me, he kind of plateaued because he was like, "Oh, here you go again." You know what I'm saying? So like my homeboy, I'll tell you about Big Wrong Drill Sergeant. Man, I let him have him. Like, hey, do your thing, bro. And I trust him with, you know what I'm saying, my son. It's like my brother, so I trust him. And I seen him gradually start taking hikes, you know what I'm saying? And I could just be that. Even if practice is rough and it's hard, it's uncomfortable, he cry, whatever the case may be. Hey, come on, man, we can fix it. Like I could be daddy, like that, and I do the same thing for his son. You know what I'm saying? So it works out. It's good cop, bad cop. That's what we
Yeah,
do.
yeah, for sure. And now, quick pause, right quick. We got something else we got to tell y'all about, man. So we just kicked off our Hoops and Headspace Academy pilot. All right. Yeah. And that pilot group is focused entirely on the mental side of basketball. It's a virtual training where we focus on confidence, handling pressure, and staying sharp on and off that court mentally, man. That's what we doing on there. And you can join from anywhere because
It's online.
there you go.
It's
And
online.
it's
We
just for
on
players.
live right now, ain't it? Online. Yeah,
It's online. Look, he old.
Yeah.
Online.
Online.
Yeah. Anyway, and it's just for those players who really want to level up that mindset and their game. Now, that pilot group is full, but the full academy will officially begin this summer. So stay tuned for that info and those reviews from that pilot group so you can be ready to join that summer group. All right, man, we done talking. Gonna let y'all get back to the episode. What you think, man? See y'all in a minute. Normally, I'm not on the parent side, so I think they're gonna like me today.
You got a lot of climbing to do. Slow your roll. Slow your roll. Slow your roll.
Well, today I'm going to take a step forward. 2026, I'm taking a step forward.
That's deep. You know, deep flowers.
So boom.
Yeah.
But you got a lot of climbing to do. A lot of climbing.
Yeah, I'm on my way. So let's talk about the money, man. Why has AAU become so expensive?
Man, how, how transparent y'all want to be? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how,
100,000 million.
hey, so, so man, I wrote this in my notes earlier, man. I said, I'm like, I ain't gonna say that, but I'm gonna keep it a book. If I'm being 100% honest, man, I think, and this is not politically correct, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna be me. Man, I think, hey, you almost like the new dope game, man. Like it's like it's a hustle, man. So people want exposure, and other people trying to sell it to them. They selling dreams and whatever case may be. So they taking kids to New York, Florida, it's Arizona, whatever the case may be, and I think that's why the price going up. So I don't think uh it has to be that expensive, but I think everybody chasing that microwave dream, trying to get it real fast. So I think that's me.
Yeah.
What you think, Jada?
I agree with dude. And then on top of that, instead of the people that host the tournaments that are already gonna make money anyway, you are going to make money anyway. If you have 30 teams plus their parents and stuff, plus concessions, you're gonna make money. Who are you paying? The referees and the venue. You're charging for parking. You're charging as an AAU coach. I've been charged to well, they attempted, dude, but I was not going to charge me to play in the tournament and turn around and pay them to park this van. No, sir. You better deduct that out of whatever I just gave you. Pay you for that and pay you for the tournament. Then you charging my parents to park and they already had to pay, you know what I'm saying, for the kids to do this and uniforms and this, and the third. Then the concession stand is like the NBA. You can get nachos for $10. And so stack that on top of coaches that you have, because it's been done to me as a AAU player. I've seen other coaches do it. Overcharge for this tournament because of the hotel fees and the this is and the third and da 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 da. And now, they pocket some of this because this didn't cost this. And like Duke said, now we're taking them to the ones that, oh, well, this is the exposure tournament here. Everybody's going to be there. And I'm not going to name no names or nothing when I say this. And like he said, selling a dream. You got some AAU coaches that a dog is a dog. That kid is going to get it out the mud regardless. Now, do they need a support system? Yes. Necessarily need you? No. Okay, you with me? Now, you got some coaches that sit here and act like they God's gift to AAU basketball. This kid got this offer. This kid got that offer. They were projected to do that whether they were going to play with you this summer or not. You didn't do that. But you portray yourself like, oh, if your child plays with me tomorrow, they going to be like so and so and so and so. Yeah, man. So it's a mix of what Duke said. No, it's exactly what he said. Everybody's selling dreams from the venue to some of the coaches. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Selling pipe dreams, man.
We had a nerve.
Yeah.
We had a nerve today, didn't we?
Yeah, that one was my question of the whole segment. Yeah. Therapy session. I'm glad I got that off my chest, yeah. But anyway, man. Yeah, Duke, I agree with you on that though, man. That money game. So how do you separate them programs, the ones that are truly trying to develop kids and then the ones that are chasing profit? How you separate? If you're talking to parents and you're trying to steer them towards the right team.
Man, it's hard. I tell my parents straight up, like, I ain't selling no dreams. I'm not telling you your kid going to the league. I'm not telling you none of that. But I can tell you, like, if you trust me and you buy in, your kid going to college. Not saying they going to college to play basketball, but I'm saying they going to college, whether it's a trade school or they want to do entrepreneurship or whatever the case may be. Like, I can tell you, because, like, with us, we got a GPA requirement. Like, you got to have a 3.2. You know what I'm saying? So, like, hey, it ain't college. It ain't the college GPA, but we're ahead of that. So, because my goal is to get you on scholarships. So, like, I partner with a lot of schools around here, and I'm cool with the counselors. Like, hey, give me a list of these scholarships. Hey, buddy, you gotta apply for these right here. You know what I'm saying? You need to be on the lookout for X, Y, Z. So that's what we do. But I'm not promising nobody I'm getting you to the league because I ain't got no league connection. So I ain't gonna tell you that, like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna come back and say, hey, you told me, nah, we ain't gonna play them games. But I promise you, I can get you in college though. You know what I'm saying? I can do that. With the career coaches or whoever I need to talk to, I can get you in college, but I ain't gonna promise you that. So that's what we do. Like, I ain't selling you no dream. Or I have kids come to me all the time talking about, man, This coach told me this. I said, hey, bro, if he can promise you that, I don't blame you. Go for it. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't selling nothing. I ain't got nothing for sale. It's just, hey, this is a chance to play basketball. And some of my kids do get offers, you know what I'm saying? But that ain't got nothing to do with me because, like you said, they 6'5", 6'6", or 6 foot. You gonna get that anyway. That ain't got nothing to do with me, you know what I'm saying? You know, but that's
Yeah.
how we do.
And so just like I said, if and not from the coach's standpoint, just if you're a parent, let's say you weren't even doing AAU, you didn't even have your own team, and you were looking for one for your son. What are you looking for? And then on the back end, what's some red flags like? Nah, we probably wouldn't pick you.
Man, I'll be honest, like, if I'm looking for a coach, like, I'm going straight to they personal social media page. Like, I want to see what you on outside of there because being 100% honest, a lot of coaches gonna have more influence than the actual parents is. You know what I'm saying? So like they gonna look at them like role models. So, I'm super hard on my coaches about that too. So like their social media better be clean. But that's I'm looking for stuff like that, like character flaws. I look for that kind of stuff, and I ain't saying nobody perfect. I ain't saying that. But I am saying, like, let's control what we can control. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's what I be on.
Yeah, I like that. And then what are some example questions you give parents to ask so they can kind of weed out those character flaws?
So I ask them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I tell parents all the time, like, what defensive scheme, you know what I'm saying, y'all trying to learn? What are they teaching your kids? Like, what how are they getting 1% better? Like, you know what I'm saying? One of our biggest statements is like getting 1% better every day. Or how are they getting 1% better? Because it ain't just going out here playing 5-on-5 basketball. Like that ain't the goal. Or how is you playing AAU? How is that translating to your high school team or your junior high team? Like, how does that translate? What does that look like for you? Like, so those are questions that I ask.
Okay.
I tell my parents. And I tell my parents also, if your kid come over here playing and you don't see their game getting better or it's not translating to their school team, hey, feel free. Pull your kid, go somewhere else. Like, it's all about your kid at the end of the day. I care about the kid more than that. So basketball not that important to me. You know what I'm saying? Life. So in our program, we teach life. It ain't just basketball. So that's what we
Yeah,
be
for
on.
sure. For sure. Um, and then I want both of y'all to answer this. Uh, is access to opportunity starting to outweigh talent?
I'll let you go first, dude.
Mm, yeah, I think so. I'll say yeah. I'll say access to opportunity. Yeah, I would say so. I'll say so because you got some kids that are they're producing. You know, what I'm saying when they got kind of like when the big stage, they'll try to when the lights come on, they'll try to go hard in front of certain coaches and stuff like that. But then when it's like ain't nobody around, you get a different kid. So I think access is, you know, what I'm saying I think it is
For
winning.
sure. What about you?
I agree. I mean, plain the days, right? You just said, I did it. That's really what I had like that.
For me, just that money scheme we talked about. Those kids that have access to parents that can pay what some of those dream sellers are selling, they get access sometimes to, yeah, that good game you talking about. It may happen to be in Florida around a certain amount of people that would boost me compared to, somebody else on another circuit that's grinding out consistently every single game. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think that money game is getting them that exposure we talked about compared to others.
Hmm.
I got a question. It just came to my mind. What do you feel like is a lost art in basketball?
I'll say the post.
Say
I'll
that
say the
again,
post.
dude.
I'm 6'3", so I came from a small school, so the post. I for sure the post. So like a lot of people don't use that, and you got man kids that that can't really dribble, but they want to shoot threes, and you know, some they pose to be in the post and don't want to play the post. But yeah, if I had to pick, I'll say the
Yeah,
post.
I like that. That's a good answer.
I know you do.
Good answer. Good answer. So, what responsibility do AAU coaches have beyond wins and exposure? Then step on some toes now.
my opinion is, man, I think my opinion, man, I think it's supposed to be, man, like a extra set of parents, a guidance counselor, like a mentor, like, so I think they supposed to cover all that. Like, even with us, like, I know a lot of people don't agree, but we even like we talk about the spiritual side of basketball. Like, we have team meetings, like we gonna huddle up, we gonna pray, like we gonna do all of that. So like you might not get God, saying at home, but you come pick up the basketball, you gonna get a little bit of, saying? So I'm not saying if it's right or wrong, but I'm just saying what we do. But I try to cover everything. Like, saying? Like, we gonna mentor, like we gonna talk about them grades and you mess up and bring a C, a D, a F in our jail, like it's an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like we own it. But that's
Yeah,
what we
for
do.
sure. Yeah. Um, and how do you and your coaches, how do y'all personally support players' confidence, identity, and especially their mental health?
Man, so like, again, back to our learning styles, like, saying how we communicate with them. Oh man, but like, hey, me and my coaches will load up the truck and we gonna pull up at a game. Like, hey, we go, saying like, and even in basketball, like, we preach all the time, like you gonna go through slumps, like you gonna go through stuff. Bro, we here outside of basketball. It ain't got nothing to do with basketball. Like, you just need somebody to talk to. You need somebody to work out with. You need somebody to go to the park and just scream, yell, whatever you need to do. Like, we on it. Like, we gonna pull up and check on you. Like we have kids, like if a parent or sibling or cousin or whoever, whatever case may be, or pass or whatever, like we coming to the funeral, man. Like we here for you outside of just basketball. Like we gonna pull up every area of your life. Like we have kids that, hey, coach, can you come to church with us? Like, and don't necessarily look like us, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, come on, you want me to come? I'm there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, like we do this. So every area of your life, like
I
we
love
there.
it.
We there.
Yeah, I love it. Um, and then what mistakes do you see young coaches make when they enter AAU?
uh I think my personal opinion again, trying to run a lot of six, man. Like AAU basketball, you not running a lot of plays. It just don't work in AAU. I see coaches trying to, saying they want to come down and run horn sets every time. Like it just don't work. Or they come in, they trying to be super strict. Like I make my coaches understand, like some kids you can be hard on, you can be tough on, but other kids, you can't do that to them. They gonna shut down. So I think just understanding the personnel on the
Yeah,
team, and running a lot of plays. That's what I think.
yeah, I like that. Um, but dude, if you could redesign AAU from scratch, what would you change?
Man, my biggest one would be the reclass. Man, I'm so tired of 10th graders playing against 8th graders, man. You know what I'm saying? So if I could change that part,
And
man, that would be, you know what I'm saying? That would be what I would do.
and since we on that, like it might not, change no setups or nothing, but we talk about mental health. Speak on do how much that affects the mental though. When you have like an 8th grader that has to sit here and play 4 quarters against this experienced 10th grader.
Man, like, we went through that so many times last year. And you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of the teams doing it, but I think that on that mental side, man, it's like why we gotta do everything right and they cheat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, coach, but you coach, you see they cheating and you fussing at us all the time about doing the right thing, but here they is cheating and you ain't saying that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's big. Like that mental part is big. Like, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I gotta pull him to the side and hey, we might have to go hug and cry together in the corner. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. I ain't too
Yeah.
big for that. But like, hey, my job gonna be to build you up. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna get through this. You know what I'm saying? It ain't fair, it ain't right, but we gonna
Yeah.
live to fight another day. Like we all
And
right.
like he said, when he say go in the corner and cry together, it messes with you as a coach too mentally, like, cause I tell you, Duke, I went
I'm
to a
so
tournament. Again, I ain't gonna speak on location or nothing, but went to a tournament and we was in there. I had some young girls, decent young girls, and they played against some older ones. But for me, as a coach, we're out here getting beat down. The whole team might have real had been reclassed, and it was horrible. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna go cry together. We had to eat this together. Yeah. For real.
Yeah.
All right.
Is it in corn like this?
Man,
Alright.
what? Yeah. On the court, trying to make sure you hold them back because you're trying to be a leader and teach them how to handle that situation accordingly because it's happening to you too. You know what I'm saying? You in this tournament that
Right.
you coaching in and the organization that you trusted to, you know what I'm saying, let you in the tournament, doing all this, and they see it too, but hey, they don't care, man. They in the back count money, man. They ain't
Count
I've
money.
done that. That's horrible, dude. So so what does healthy AAU look like mentally, emotionally, and financially?
Man, so like on the mental side, man, so what we do is we create a family environment. And I know everybody's family ain't, you know what I'm saying, up to par. So, you know what I'm saying? So we try to create the healthy family environment. Hey man, if you got an issue with me, just cause I'm the director don't mean I'm always right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm wrong too. So I try to give my kids a place to open their mouth and talk. Hey coach, I don't like this. I ain't feeling this. You can say whatever. I tell all of them, you can say whatever you want to say. Just be respectful. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna respect you, you respect me. You can say whatever you want to say. But yeah, I try to, you know what I'm saying, like we try to build for the future, like, you know what I'm saying, responsibility, accountability, for like my 8th graders and up. I'm not talking to no parents for the most part, you know what I'm saying, unless it's something financially. Then I deal with the parents. But for it's like scheduling, like practice and stuff like that, I ain't talking to parents about that. It's your responsibility to talk to your parents about because if you want to go to the movies, you're gonna open your mouth, say something. So we shift that accountability and responsibility over there like that. But like on the financial side, man, so like we've gotten a lot of opportunities to partner with a lot of people, but I had to turn them down because it might work for some of my parents, but it don't work for all my parents. And like, especially for my kids that we say they like get it out the mud, it don't work for them. So a lot of opportunities I had to walk away from because I can't lead these kids, you know what I'm saying, out here by themselves like that because they done came to me and I'm kind of like they separate now. So I can't just walk away from them like that. So, man, so I try to do what's best for the organization, not what's best for me. It ain't always comfortable, it ain't always fun, but that's what I try to do, and that's how I try to make it, like a healthy environment.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Um, so what advice would you give young athletes chasing them scholarships and those dreams?
Man, so I preach it all the time, like, we gonna get our education first because and I say that because if you get the opportunity to go to your dream school, whatever case that may be, you know, your parents need to get a return on that investment. So, like, let's get the athletics I mean, the, academics right. Let's do that, and then we'll focus on the athletics. Just simply because, like, I try to put my kids on, "Hey, man, if you get 50,000 is just a rough number. You get $50,000 worth of scholarships, hey, you can go buy a brand new car and your folks ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't costing your folks nothing. You earn it. You know, so that's how I do it. That's my approach.
So, and then last thing we gotta do, when your players are grown and they're done with basketball, what do you hope they remember about playing for you?
Man, I hope that you know, so I get it a lot. Oh man, that he really cared about us. Like he sacrificed was, you know what I'm saying? And most importantly, like I use the basketball to, you know what I'm saying, further their relationship with God. Like that's what I really hope, you know what I'm saying, they can take away from that.
For sure, man. I live it. I live it. And I like it because your organization is rare. Now, we talk about what we talked about that pyramid scheme and how you can be that sometimes, or parents and athletes can get trapped in that. And so for you to have a pure organic organization that's truly there for the kids and their betterment, that's awesome, dude. I love it.
So,
I agree, man. I commend you on it. Keep
appreciate it,
going.
dog. Appreciate it.
But we'll see y'all
For
this
sure, man.
summer.
Take it easy on them, man.
All right, dude. So before we get up out of here, this is your farewell, talk your talk moment. This is where you step on toes if you want to, let folks know what you want them to know, and just give yourself some flour, man. So, dude, go ahead and talk your talk, man.
First off, man, hey, whole Lido organization, hey, y'all got steals, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, for real though, man. Hey, it's gonna be fun, man, bro. I'm looking forward to playing y'all, man. It's so much talent around here, man. I'm looking forward to it, man. Like, I don't think we better than nobody, and I don't think nobody better than us. I think it's at the end of the day, it's about the kids, man. So if I can help y'all kids get on, bro, like I put them on, man. So I'll tell all the kids, all the coaches, all the parents that's watching, hey man, go visit those counselors at the school, man. There's free money up there. They not gonna call you and give it to you. You gotta go get it. You gotta go ask about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So my goal is all these kids in North Mississippi, wherever they at, you know what I'm saying, that I come in contact with, man. So yeah, man, put y'all kids in the best position to get to college, man. So like, you know what I'm saying? Again, I don't think I'm better than nobody better than me, but again, man, put y'all kids in position to get to college. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a trade school, entrepreneurship, whatever the case may be, put them in position. But yeah, that's it. That's me, man. I'm real soft spoken. I ain't got a whole lot to say, you know what I'm saying? So that's
Hey,
it for me,
man, I
Jay.
think you did great. Yeah, yeah, throughout the
Appreciate
whole
that.
interview, man. And I want y'all as a disclaimer to understand that none of us are knocking AAU. I played it. I'm sure Duke played it. Tay, you played it.
Right.
We're just telling you to be careful and make the right selection that's beneficial to you and your athlete. That's all we're saying. Because there are people out there
That's it.
that they don't got your best interest in mind.
As you say, this is an informal
Informative.
episode.
That's what he's looking for. Yeah. But yeah, man. But again, Duke, we do appreciate you coming on, man, for real. This is Hoops and Headspace, that podcast where mental health and sports intersect. And we up out of here, man. We appreciate you, Duke. Hold on, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Stay right there
Stay right there.
before we roll the credits. Look, a couple things before we go. All right.
What's that?
First, don't forget the Mississippi Black Creators Podcast Summit is going to be July the 18th. And
We're gonna
it's
put it right here.
Yep, bam. And it's
It'll be right
in
there.
Oxford, Mississippi. And it's your
Oxford?
chance. Yeah, Oxford.
Oxford?
And then the second thing we got for y'all, for players who want to take their game to the next level, our Hoops and Headspace Academy is focused on the mental side of basketball. And it focuses on confidence, handling pressure, and staying sharp on the court. It's virtual, and that full academy is going to open this summer. So be looking out for that information, those reviews and stuff from the pilot group, so you can get ready to be in that summer group. So now, we thank you for tuning in. We're going to see y'all at that summit, and we also going to see y'all in that academy.
Man, send that so they can watch these credits and we can go on.
We'll holler at y'all. You feel me?
Holding up the episodes. Go.